Steve and welcome to the Seaside Allotment channel, and today I'm just doing a quick intro to a video that's been requested many times in the comments. Basically we do loads and loads of videos about the stuff that we harvest and lots of growing videos, but what we don't do is videos about what we actually eat. And we eat about, of the 7,000-ish pounds that we harvest each year, the immediate family eat about 4,000 pounds worth of that, and the rest we gift to our friends and family. And yeah, so this video is a kind of celebration of a few of the meals that we made. We don't photograph all the meals, so you know, these are just the odd ones that Debbie or I happen to snap pictures of. So I hope you enjoy this little slideshow of some of our meals, and I'll see you soon. So we try to eat at least 2 meals that are dominated by food from the allotment. So that typically means a big salad for one of the meals and a big cooked meal for the other one. And in the summer we'll add a big fruit salad as well. And pretty much all the way through the year, when we have cereal, we'll also add lots of lots of dehydrated food to sweeten it. And that'll be mainly pears or apples. And nutrition is very important to us. We're probably trying to get about, on average, probably 9 portions of fruit and veg a day. In summer that probably goes up as much as 12, and in winter maybe that goes down to 7 or 8. And we try and get a very big range of colours, so we're always eating through the whole of the rainbow. And we're also eating a huge variety of food, so we tend to get, I think there's 160 different types of fruit and veg that we grow each year. In a typical month we'll be eating maybe 30 different types of fruit and veg, and each day probably, I don't know, it's hard to put a proper feel on it, but I should think about 16 probably different types of fruit and veg in a day, but not all of those will be a full portion. So a typical evening meal, for example, might have 10 different types of leafy greens and flowers and potatoes and other root vegetables in it, for example. So I looked at very few samples of recipes, and now I thought I'd just take a quick look at some of the cookbooks that have really inspired Debbie in her cooking this year. So the first book is Good Food by Sarah Raven, and this is a lovely book. I mean, it's really, like all good cookbooks, beautifully presented, but it also has these kind of areas where it really goes into a lot of the science and nutrition behind the food. And Sarah Raven trained as a medical doctor, and so she's kind of fairly well equipped to talk on this topic. Yeah, it's a really lovely book, and yeah, Debbie's liked this one a lot. So the next few are by Hugh Fernley-Whittenstall of River Cottage fame, and this is his sort of everyday veg book, and this has got a lot of the more basic recipes in it, and yeah, this has been really good. And then another one by Hugh, much more veg, and there's a lot of very unusual recipes, and I think Debbie's got a lot of inspiration from this book. Yeah, both of these highly recommended. And then the final one is another one by Hugh, and this is River Cottage Fruit. And what Debbie particularly liked about this one is there's lots of savoury fruit recipes, and by that what I mean is recipes that involve the use of fruit but with no added sugar. And Debbie's particularly enjoyed some of these pizza recipes, for example. And we grow a lot of fruit, and so yeah, she's really loved experimenting with fruit recipes, and she's made all sorts of cordials and all that sort of thing as well. Yeah, another lovely book. And then the final one for today is one by James Wong. We've got lots of James Wong's books and we really like them, but this one has been a particular treat, and we've just finished this one. And the beauty of this one is it's not so much of a cookbook, although it does have recipes in it, but it is more a book about what varieties to choose, how to process them, how to store them for best taste and best nutrition. And so she's learned a lot in this book, and yeah, she's really enjoyed it. And I say, but it's a really good book to educate yourself about the food that you eat and how to make the most of it. And we're also looking at some of his other books at the moment, but because we've not finished them, we won't include them in this mini review. Okay, that's it. So quick short video about some of the recipes, and next time we do this, probably in a year's time, try and prepare a bit better and get a bit wider range of photos. I'll see you soon.